Throughout the sports media landscape, there has not been a bigger example of the ups and downs of pretty privilege than one Joy Taylor. Indeed, she's knowledgeable, has demonstrated true ability as an analyst. In reality, it has been her beauty that has actually opened doors and propelled her to become a household name within not just sports media, but greater pop culture. Despite that, Joy, through recent events, has found herself facing the costs and consequences that her good looks once allowed her to benefit greatly from throughout her career. After the break, we'll delve more into the cost benefit analysis of being pretty through the eyes of Joy Taylor herself. All right, let's not be naive. I think we all understand that the concept of pretty privilege is a very, very real thing. Although it's not something that many of us will ever experience for ourselves, we all have come across someone in our daily lives that we believe have benefited greatly, either socially, professionally, or financially, due to their level of attractiveness. On the other hand, there are some real limitations, some real costs out there that attractive people must contend with throughout life. Now, to better understand this, I came across a clip of an episode of Cam Newton's Funky Friday podcast here on YouTube that Joy Taylor was recently a guest of. Take a listen to this and I'll give you some of my thoughts. Let's check it out.
Do you think you're plagued by you being a pretty woman?
Plagued is such an interesting word. I think everything in life has a cost. Everything in life has a yin and yang to it, right? Like, there are a lot of benefits to being a pretty woman. And yes, I understand that everyone doesn't think I'm pretty. I get it. But
You are.
thank you.
Let's be adults and
Let's move on.
Like,
Let's move on.
come on.
There are definitely benefits to it. There are advantages in certain spaces to being a good-looking person. There are also disadvantages. People don't take you seriously. People assume that you sleep with everyone. People assume that if you're being nice to them, that you're trying to sleep with them. People try to sleep with you, and if you don't sleep with them, then they retaliate against you or talk bad about you because their egos are hurt. People think that you are too sexual when you're just showing up in your body wherever you go. People are assuming that you're only doing this job because you want to be famous or you want to be on television. There are all kinds of certain, there are things. There's jealousies. There's retaliation between situations. There's people who don't want to work with you because their wife might be jealous, even though you have nothing to do with them. Like, there's all sorts of things that come with it, but there are benefits as well. And, being someone who is on camera, generally, people who are on camera at certain spaces tend to present themselves like they should be on camera. I don't think that's like a secret. It's in a visually aesthetic platform.
No, for sure.
But, you have to take the good with the bad. I'm not going to sit here and like play victim, but there are things that you experience as in a pretty privileged space that are negative. There's a dark side to it. And that's just the reality.
Yeah, a lot of what Joy articulated in that clip reads true as everyday examples of how she described it as the dark side of being pretty or attractive. Often this comes in the form of jealousy, harassment, unwarranted sexual advances, isolation, unfair assumptions about one's physical appearance, and widespread judgment about the manner for which opportunities were actually earned. Given that, I believe that a major downside of being pretty that Joy did not mention, but probably should have, is that it indeed has a shelf life. When it comes to attractiveness and all the perks that come from being recognized as such, it does not last forever. Just like many things in life, there will surely come a time where you will no longer be able to use it to your advantage, especially as one gets older. Now, like it or not, eventually that well starts to dry up. And when that happens, what will you do? Even more so, the question is, are you willing to pay the price for those obtained benefits and advantages? You know, growing up, I was often taught that whatever can be given to you can certainly be taken away, especially if you're not willing to give anything back in return. But that is your time, your attention, or in many cases, your body. There will come a time when that bill comes due. And when it does, you will be asked to pay. Now, what that is depends on the individual, but regardless of what it is, the question remains, is it really, truly worth it? Looking back at recent events, I wonder if Joy Taylor truly understands her new reality. Not saying that she has to be all down and depressed about her dismissal from Fox. I'm sure that she understands the inevitability that one day she too would be replaced or dismissed outright by the network for whatever reason, and it's par for the course. More so, I'm sure she has certain projects that she's either currently working upon or on the horizon. So she's going to be okay. She's not going to go hungry. However, the alleged events surrounding the controversial end to her time at Fox, to me, has caused irreparable damage to her future prospects with other major networks or corporate brands. No matter how smart and articulate she was on camera, the lasting memory a potential company looking to bring her on will have is the manner for which it was alleged that she was able to advance her career. To them, her reputation has been shot. At the end of the day, someone said you have to use what you got to get what you want in this life. If you want to get anything at all, and justify the means, right? However, looking at Joy's rise and precipitous fall, the question I ask for you once again is whether the privilege of being pretty really truly was worth it. Now, I'm going to park it here for now. Like and subscribe to the page. I really thank you for all your support. Share your thoughts in the comment section about today's video. Till next time, peace.